We have been all across the state of Mississippi. We've been from Starkville to Enterprise to Algoma, and now we're here. We're at the...
Forgot Louisville.
Nobody could forget Louisville. Now we're here at the Neshoba County Fair, maybe the greatest event in the state of Mississippi year after year. I'm Brian Haydad, he's Robbie Falk. This is the Summer Catfish Tour presented by Superior Catfish. One last stop, not exactly at a catfish restaurant today, but we're gonna eat some catfish.
We will find some catfish, I promise you that. We have some great guests here. We're gonna be out of the mud for a little bit. It rained before we got here. It's a little muddy.
We got new shoes on though.
But I'll tell you what, it's not as hot as it usually is, and that's a plus. We got some great catfish though, great guests. I cannot wait for stop number six.
We can do math. Brent Johnson from Superior, he was with us on the first stop. He'll be here today. Former Diamond Dog Chad Crosswhite, this is his cabin we're going to be sitting at, so he's going to join us. Former Mississippi State quarterback Michael Henning is going to join us today, plus a few other surprises. Should be a great stop for our last stop here on the Superior Catfish Tour. We can't wait to bring it to you. A piece of Mississippi history. We're glad to be a part of it. Let's get going.
And Brian's going to run the horse race.
Maybe. We are at the Neshoba County Fair. We have been here most of the morning. We have got an incredible show lined up for you here today. We are talking to a couple former Bulldog legends. Former Bulldog pitcher from the 2007 College World Series team, Chad Crosswhite. Former MSU quarterback Mike Henning is going to join us. From Superior Catfish, our good friend The Voice, Brent Johnson is going to join us. He'll wrap things up for us. We're going to talk to Chad's mom, Jane Crosswhite. She's the owner of the legendary Williams Brothers store down here is it in Williamsville or is it in Philadelphia?
It's in Philadelphia.
It's in Philadelphia.
Yep.
We're also going to talk to Michael Penn, the owner of the huge Penn's Catfish, Penn's Fish House here in the great state of Mississippi. Plus we have a surprise guest. I'm not going to give that surprise away until a little later here.
You have to listen.
You have to listen. You have to tune in. Let's just say that maybe it might have something to do with a local celebrity who's, been known to be a national star. That might have something to do with that. So we'll just tease that out there for you. We're just keeping the people coming here today. I wish, like I mentioned it earlier, we're sort of doing things out of order. This is the sixth person I believe we've talked to today, but he's going to be first on the show.
Yeah.
And that's Chad Crosswhite, former Diamond Dog, College World Series in 2007.
We didn't have social media back then, so there was none of this pre-hype video.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, dude, get your turf, get your cleats, let's just go out there, like the old school.
I will say one of my memories of Chad was before one of the Super Regional games. They started playing Cotton Eye Joe on the speakers, and he did the dance.
Yes,
in front of the dugout. So that was my one. That was their pregame hype, I guess.
Yeah.
They did the Cotton Eye Joe in front of the dugout.
There you go.
I did the dance, and the funny thing is, we won.
Every small town in Mississippi has a local landmark, a place where everybody knows where it is, everybody's been there, everybody's gone there. Here, that place is Williams Brothers, and it is owned by this lovely lady right here, Jane Crosswhite. And then you guys sell Superior Catfish as well.
We sell Superior Catfish. Been doing it since I believe it was not however long they've been Superior. We've been doing it.
Wow. We've talked so much, and we've been all these restaurants. We haven't really talked about the retail aspect of Superior. That if you are a shopper, there are plenty of stores in this state, and Williams Brothers is one of them, where you can go in there and get you a case of Superior Catfish and take it home and fry it up yourself, which is what you would suggest people do. Come down and get some.
When the phone rings and they'll say, "You got a box of catfish?" They say, "Yeah, what kind, Superior?" I'll be there in a little bit.
There you go. And
that's what we do too.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know that one of the biggest stars in country music, Hardy, is from this area. We could not be more excited to welcome to the Thunder and Lightning podcast his dad, Big Mike Hardy. What's going on, man?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
We're doing great.
Thanks for asking me.
When you think about the Neshoba County Fair and all the great moments you've witnessed here, is there, you mentioned President Reagan, but is there another one that maybe stands out? You're like, man, I can't believe I was there for that.
Well, obviously when Michael played the first time here in 21,
yeah.
and he had an awesome crowd. It was great. That was a great fair, and it's a rite of passage things too. Like, I'm surprised we haven't seen the kids covered in red mud and because when it rains at the fair, I mean, you got to do that one time in your life, you know.
All right, now we got to talk some sports on this show too. We've talked Catfish, we've talked the city of Philadelphia, we've talked all these great people out here at the fair. Let's talk some sports. Former Mississippi State quarterback Michael Henning joins us now. Another big win for you in your career, and had to be big being an Alabama kid to go to Tuscaloosa and get the win over there. That was a game that, you know, you think back to that season, Mississippi State had struggled a good bit in 2006. And to go to Tuscaloosa and knock off that Alabama team there, for you especially, had to be a huge moment.
It was. You know, me and Kroom kind of had a bonding experience before that because, you know, what he had gone through. You know, he thought he was getting that job at Tuscaloosa, and it kind of meant a little bit more to him, which it meant a little bit more to me, too. And, you know, right there at halftime when we held John Parker Wilson getting into that end zone, and Gabriel O'Neal stopped him, and Titus was part of that. And, I mean, when they went back and looked at it and called him no touchdown, I mean, we went crazy. You can tell me and Kroom hugged, and we took off sprinting. I'd never seen Kroom sprint until that moment, and he sprinted to.
What was he like in the locker room?
Oh, he was
5 minutes.
He was throwing stuff. It was. It got us going. That's for sure.
I was at that game, and I remember going there just to kind of have fun. But I never thought State had a chance.
It's the best kind of upsets right there. For a lot of people in Mississippi, when you say fried catfish, the first name they're going to say is Penn's. That is a statewide brand, as people know it from South Haven to Biloxi. They know about Penn's Fish House. And, of course, this is some delicious Penn's fried catfish provided by this man, the owner of Penn's, Michael Penn, here at the Neshoba County Fair. How does Superior work with you guys to provide the kind of demand that you have?
In the beginnings, you know, everybody has to trial and error and learn. But if we ever left Superior, we went straight back to them because it's just not in comparison. Their catfish matches our breading. If that's, I don't know if everybody understands that, but something about
They're both top quality.
Something about it, it just, it works together.
This is the final stop on the Thunder and Lightning Catfish Tour presented by our friends at Superior Catfish. We thought of no better way to finish it up with the man who was with us on the first stop back at the Little Dewey in Starkville, Brent Johnson, Superior Catfish.
I'm a big catfish lover. Brian is too. We love our catfish, and to me, Superior is the best.
You don't know what that means to me to hear you guys say that, what your impression has been, because that is what we strive for every day, the people that get our fish. And that is what this is all about, is to get people to know when they eat good fish, ask. It create demand for Superior. Ask for where you get your fish.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of Superior Catfish. Thank you, guys.
I love that culture and what we've created there at Superior, and I think that's part of what makes people want to do business with us, is they know they're going to be taken care of just like family.
Yeah. Well, Robbie gave you this long, eloquent answer. I was just here for the catfish. I just wanted to eat, and they told me
He's not a very sentimental person.
they go back and get free catfish if I showed up, and I was like, yeah,
That's great. That works too.
And it's the best catfish I've ever had. So thank you. I cannot stress enough how much fun this incredible tour has been. So much thanks to Brent Johnson, Fred Johnson, Pamela McKeel-Jones. She's over there. She don't want to be on camera no more. But they set all this up for us. Robbie Koblenz was a big part of this, obviously. Superior Catfish. We've had a great time going across the state. Where I'm so glad to finish here at the Neshoba County Fair. You know what the good news is? Look, on to football.
Yes. But first, I'm going to put Brian on a Ferris wheel. Could you do that?
No.
Okay, maybe not that, but we will go get like a funnel cake or maybe fried Oreos, something that.
Robbie's an
flavor.
enabler. Do you hear what's happening here? I'm trying to lose weight, and this man's telling me
I gotta
fried
find
Oreos.
something that he wants to do.
We'll figure that out. We're about to take the tour here of the Neshoba County Fair. But thank you guys for tuning in. All of our stops have been great. We appreciate everybody who's been kind enough to have us, and we look forward to maybe doing it again next year.
Absolutely.
So just remember, if you're not selling Superior Catfish, we're not coming to see you. So get in touch with Superior. If you want us at your restaurant, you gotta have Superior Catfish. We'd love to come see you. Make it happen. The Summer Catfish Tour is finally at an end. Thanks for joining us. For Robbie Falk, I'm Brian Adad. This has been Thunder and Lightning on the Summer Catfish Tour.